I was running your boutique, I would probably make some few changes right away. These are probably some of the things that you're doing right now that's costing you sales. If you want to know how you can avoid these costly mistakes, stay tuned. Hello, this is Nicole Sims, the boutique expert, and welcome to my channel. I have over 30 years in retail, fashion, and visual merchandising, working with brands like Nike, Forever 21, Spanx, and The Gap. I've led the strategies behind high-performing stores and multi-location execution. Now, I help established fashion brands and boutique owners apply those same proven techniques to grow smarter and scale stronger. I've been in the retail industry for over 35 years, and I can now walk into any boutique or retailer, and within minutes I can say what's helping their sales and what's hurting. So I want to actually walk you through a couple steps, a couple key points on what you need to grab onto right now to ensure that either your brick and mortar or your online store is ready for success and to stay profitable. Because nowadays, what's going on with the economy and the way your customers are shopping right now, you have to make sure you are ready. So in this video, I'm going to go over the 4 points you need to make sure that I was fixing your boutique today to make sure and ensure that you are going to be successful. And then in my next video, I'm going to go over online boutiques. Okay? The economy is crazy. We all know that. And we know that people are out there buying, but you want to make sure that they're out there buying with you. Because right now, they're being very selective. They're being very picky and choosy where they spend their money and how they spend their money. So you want to make sure that you don't have these costly mistakes that's actually preventing you from keeping your sales going forward. Now you could be saying, hey Nicole, I just made 6 figures this past year or this past quarter, or I'm doing millions of dollars in sales. But are you being profitable, and you make sure you can sustain it with what you look like now in your brick and mortar? Because right now you cannot think of things as usual, everything's as usual. You have to be strategic and make sure that your store is ready for success, because the competition is fierce, it's more cutthroat right now, and you have to make sure you're ready. So I'm going to go over your 4 points that you need to make sure that you have done in your store, and what I would actually probably be looking and fixing if I was running your boutique. Okay, here we go. All right, point number 1 is your front of store. That is the most important part of your store right now. That's the first thing I fix, is how your front of store looks. It's the most important thing, like I said, because that's your sales moment. That's going to make or break your traffic. And if you don't have traffic, you don't have sales. So when a customer walks by or walks in your brick and mortar, they should instantly understand, number 1, what you sell, number 2, who's it's for, and number 3, how does it fit their life? And that's the key. That's going to bring traffic in your store. So your windows, your front of store entry, your front displays, and racks have to tell all of this in an instant. If your entry feels random, cluttered, or unclear, you're not going to pull them into your store, and you're giving them a reason to keep walking. So how I'll fix it right now is I will focus on display with 1 or 2 key looks, not racks, but a moment that stops them in the tracks and draws that traffic in. All right? So number 2 is how your racks are merchandised. Now, this can go either way. You can go on the far side left, where you're overloaded and your racks are stuffed and they're hard to shop because you're thinking, I don't want anything in the back room. I can't sell it if it's on the floor. Now, that's a great theory and that's true, but you also can't sell it if too much is on the floor. If customers can't shop it, can't touch it, and too much equals confusion. When customers see too many options, they don't know where to start. They touch it less because they're afraid things are going to just explode on them, and they buy less. But also on the other end, the far right, where you can be a luxury store, you want to be really airy and really light and get that high-end feel of exclusivity, which is great. But too less of product on your racks looks empty, looks unfinished. It doesn't tell a story at all. The story is unclear. And so people walk in like, okay, this is pretty, but I don't really know what you're trying to say, what you're selling. I don't know what goes with what. So it really doesn't really connect with me on that emotional level. So you can have too much on the floor, overloading and confusing, or you could have too less on the floor, which doesn't give any type of real story or connection. So what I would do is make sure you give your product space if you're doing too much. And break the racks into categories and the stories and let them breathe. Or if you're doing too little because you're trying to be too light and too elusive, you want to make sure that you're still creating stories, you're still creating outfits, and you make it easy for customers to know what you're selling, what you're trying to say in your storytelling. You want to make sure your racks tell the story, but the correct one. All right, point number 3. Your best sellers should be doing all of the work. This is key. This is where you can get a little tricky with some, because you want to keep your floor fresh, and new and updated. But you're putting your best sellers in the back burner because you're focusing on, 1, your new product to get in front of the customer, which is important. But then also 2, you're trying to push things out in front of your customer because you want to sell through because it's not selling. But then you're leaving your tried and true sellers towards the middle of the floor to the back, not easily seen because, okay, they're tried and true, they're going to sell. But if they're not focused and not easy to find, they won't. All right, so your top selling items shouldn't be sitting quietly in the back or quietly on a rack and not really being easy to find. Your top sellers should always be at eye level. No matter what's going on, they should be easy to be seen on your walls. They should be in high traffic zones every single day. You can make your front of your store. You can push your new items because that does keep your front of store fresh. That's important. But you don't want to hide your tried and true bestsellers. You want to make them sure they're in second position or at a place where people can find them in high traffic areas, how you positioned your fixtures in your store. And this should be styled always and easy to shop. This should be your number 1 outfits on your mannequins, throughout your store and your bus forms, because you know once you do that, they're going to sell. You have to keep the cash flow going. You have to make sure that you ensure the sales on something. You know your jeans are bestsellers. You know your sweaters that people come in and they crave. You know your t-shirts blow out. Those are things you must keep in stock and keep in front of your customer at all times. Okay? Because your best sellers are your easiest money makers. And again, like I said earlier, you have to make sure you're making the money to get that cash flow consistency. And you want to make sure you're setting up your boutique for success. Because if they're hidden, they're in a second, third position, you're making the customer work too hard, then you're making them work too harder than they have to, and it's going to affect your sales. Now, this might seem like a lot, okay? And actually, it is a lot. You ever think you're doing something right or you've been less successful, but you might be leaving some money on the table or not really doing all you can do. And so what I've done is I actually have a sale going on, and I've offered for my Get Clarity 45-minute strategy, or actually do what I'm doing right now, but to your specific location. I can look through it either physically if you're here in California, or I can go by Zoom, and I can actually run through your store and give you on-the-spot strategy, which you can do right now to make sure by the end of the month you're getting more cash flow. Click the link in the description. I'm doing a sale for it right now for $147, normally $300, but I'm doing it because I know this is important time of year. It's spring, and you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. So if you want to get that clarity, you want to get that deep dive in your business, no matter where you are, that's what's so great about Zoom. You click the link below and let's get on my calendar before they run out. So point number 4, you're not guiding the sale. And here's what most boutique owners and fashion brands and brick and mortars miss. If you're not guiding the customer, you're losing out on sales. If people are just browsing your store, they're coming in. So you've done the first thing. You've gotten them attracted to your store by your front of store, by your layout, by your windows. So you did that first thing right. And they're in your store, but they're just browsing and leaving. It usually means because there's no direction in your boutique. Okay? So you don't have anything that says, or anyway your visualization or your visual merchandising is not saying, wear me like this. It's not saying pair this with this, giving them outfit suggestions or how you want to complete the look. All right, you're not giving any direction on how someone can use or put together your product, and so you're making them work too hard. They don't want to work hard. They came there for a shopping experience and they leave. So what I would do to quickly fix this is to create full outfits on mannequins and displays throughout your entire store. Don't make them guess. Okay? Give them the cheat code to the test. All right? Make it easy for them to say yes. And so the more they put together, the more they understand how things work and just how this can work together, or what outfit could look like, or how it looks into they come in there and you have a special occasion store, which special occasion is this for, how you can wear that for the special occasion. Give them the ideas, have them paint the picture for them so they can run with it. All right. So again, like I said earlier, this could be a lot. You might think you're doing everything right. You might think everything's working, but you're not 100% sure. Click that link, get on my calendar, and get my 45-minute clarity call. It's going to really help look at your brick and mortar. I can walk through your store. I've done it with clients in the past, no matter where they are in the world. I've looked at they've been here in California, I've done it in person, or I've actually had them walk with their phone and walk through their brick and mortar. And I've given them spot on strategy, what they can do. And then we sit down, we discuss the best way to make sure the strategy lasts and you can execute it flawlessly throughout the whole entire store to really make sure you uptick your traffic, uptick your sales, and get that cash flowing. All right, so grab that in the link and make sure that you're doing the things you need to do to keep profitable. So again, to recap, point number 1, your front of store. Make sure your front of store is always correct and it gives that customer a reason to come through and actually shop. Point number 2, how you merchandise your racks. You don't want to overstuff them to confuse or under merchandise them to not have that connection to that story. Point number 3, your best sellers need to be doing the work. Don't hide your best sellers. You know what you sell well in your store. Make sure your customer can find it and it's styled and easy for them to shop. And then point number 4, make sure you're guiding the sale. Don't just leave it up to chance. Don't let them guess. Give them the cheat code to the test. Paint that picture for them so they will close that sale. If this episode gave you clarity or helped you see your business differently, share it with a boutique bestie who needs to hear it. Make sure you subscribe and like if you love this content and want to see more executive level retail strategy here. And remember, don't just run your store, lead it like a CEO. And I'll see you in the next episode.